West Michigan's top federal prosecutor has unveiled a plan to better address hate crimes in the area. It comes amid an increase in the number of reported incidents committed against a person because of their race, ethnicity, or religion across the country. Tonight, our Marisa Oberly breaks down those numbers and explains why pending legislation in the State House may help as well.
The U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Michigan says every person and community deserves equal protection under the law. He hopes a two-part initiative ensures that. This afternoon, Mark Totten announced the formation of a new team of 4 assistant U.S. attorneys in his office who will focus solely on the enforcement of federal civil rights laws in the district. Examples of their work include prosecuting bias crimes, stopping discrimination, and protecting the right to vote. He also plans to launch United Against Hate, a U.S. Department of Justice program that aims to work with community groups to educate people on unlawful acts of hate and build trust so they report instances to law enforcement if they do experience it. A spokesperson said Totten could not be interviewed about his plan today, but he previewed it at an event held by the NAACP of Greater Grand Rapids this past Friday. During his remarks, Totten said he listened to Martin Luther King Jr.'s "I Have a Dream" speech nearly 500 times while on a daily run in Washington, D.C. early on in his career, and the words inspired him to prioritize civil rights.
Our efforts are never complete, and frankly, there are days where I feel like we take a step backwards. But I am committed to using every power that I possess, every resource that I receive, to continue our quest for freedom. Freedom against discrimination, freedom against hateful, violent acts of hate, and freedom for every person who bears the image of God to be what God intended them to be.
Earlier this month, the FBI released data on hate crimes. It found the number of reported incidents and offenses rose from 2021 to 2022. However, they noted significantly more law enforcement agencies participated last year. The FBI says the top bias types include anti-Black or African-American for race, anti-Jewish for religion, and anti-gay for sexual orientation. Now, here at home, though, the numbers actually dropped. According to the state's annual crime report, Michigan saw 610 incidents in 2021 compared to 481 in 2022. However, last year, the state recategorized the way in which it classified biased crimes against law enforcement officers, so that likely explains the decrease. When we break it down by motivation, so race, sexual orientation, religion, gender, and disability, you can see the total number for each of those remains relatively similar from 2021 to 2022. In June, the Michigan House of Representatives passed a package of bills which would expand the state's ethnic intimidation law, so more categories of people fall under its protection, and further defines which actions qualify as a hate crime. Lawmakers sent it to the Senate after passage, but it remains in the Committee of Civil Rights, Judiciary, and Public Safety. Of course, if anything with that does change, Fox 17 will keep you updated both on air and online. Reporting in the studio, Marisa Oberly, Fox 17 News.